Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping with Natalie, or welcome to if you are new. The sun is super bright today, so I'm going to go ahead and put my veil on, that way I don't look crazy this whole time. So we're over here at another yard. I believe we just looked it up, it's like 6 miles from our house, from our other yard. And we have such a different flow over here. It's crazy how it really doesn't seem like it's that far, but it's very different. We've got a ton of supers on over here. I forgot how many it was. We did count though. We've got a lot on over here, and they just do, sometimes they do better and sometimes they do worse. It just depends on what we're doing in the yard. So I don't remember how long ago it was. It might have already been about a week ago. My dad came over here and checked all of these splits that we did. I think how many is there? 2, 4, 6, 8 over here. So, and he said that there was like an awful take and he didn't see like anything. And so I'm going to check him now to see if he's wrong, because he might be. But we're hoping that we were just too early. If not, all of these probably might not have a queen, which is crazy because we got a really good take back at our home yard. So it'll just be really interesting to see. We've also been noticing there's like no clover around our home yard, but then there's clover starting to bloom around here. So these girls might get a better flow. I don't know. Hopefully it's good everywhere, but yeah, these girls tend to do really good with the honey flow, but not as good when it comes to like queens and that whole thing. So let's go ahead and check them. I don't think you can probably hear it, but they are super loud. Like I can hear them fanning pretty good. So we'll see. I've got a marker in my back pocket here, and I'm just gonna use that to do an X or a check mark, depending on if they've got a queen or not. So it's been, I don't know how long, but it's been long enough. If they should have a queen by now. They should have, I thought they should have had a queen by last week, but they didn't. So if they don't this week, then that probably just tells us that they don't have any queens. Got a different hive tool today, so it's a little different. I can never find my hive tool. Pretty sure I know where it is, I just didn't want to go get it because it's kind of far. So I'm just going to look right down into those cells for eggs. I see one random larva. At this point, there could definitely be some laying workers, which sucks, but I would think that this, yeah, there's just random like pieces of larva. I would think that this also would be full of eggs by now. I'm not seeing anything. All right. I'm gonna check maybe one more. This is our first year doing nukes here, so yeah, this is just chucked full. So turn over, but I just checked this one and I didn't see a queen in there. It's going to be an interesting year just because we had a really good flow all of a sudden, and now we're in just a random little dearth, which hasn't been very fun. Wow, look at that. That is absolutely full of eggs. All right, well that makes me excited. You might be able to see it actually just because it's new wax. I don't know if you can see those eggs down in there, but probably not, just because the camera is kind of hard to get it. But I mean, that whole frame is just full. So I figured maybe we could just look around for her. You would know pretty quickly. Oh, she is on here. Wow. Just didn't see her. Here she is. Someone go ahead and mark her just because I have the marker with me. We've been marking queens left and right lately. Yesterday I marked like a lot. Oh, this is not super fun when you're filming. Let's see if I can do this. Makes me nervous doing it on camera. Alright, so we're doing pink this year. I mentioned it in one of my last videos. It's just easier to see than red. I've been putting the marker in the description, and I'll probably do that again if you want to check it out. I've heard a lot of different things on different markers. This is just what we're using. I know a lot of people that use this one. So I just grab her by her thorax. I don't touch her abdomen at all. And I just do a little dot. Just like that. It's hard to see. But then I just grab her by her wings and then put her right back on the frame. There we go. Well, that's exciting. I was really expecting none of these to have queens. If they don't, we will go ahead and put some cells in them, try again. I do have a marker here. This is the same one that we stole from Corey Stevens that I mentioned in one of my last videos. I'm just going to do an X on this one and then a check mark on this one. This is a nice marker. So I don't know what's going on there, but it almost looks like they're robbing. But like I said, we just have this really random dearth all of a sudden that has not been super fun because we've been doing a lot of nukes and stuff, and it's been really hard just because right when you open up those nukes, it's just robbing starts almost immediately. So we've been having to deal with that lately, but oh, this one might be chucked full. Sometimes when you can't lift the lid, it means that there's comb everywhere. Yeah. This one's not as bad, actually. We have some at home that are just, they're awful. Kind of just left them for somebody else's problem, not mine. Let's just see how these girls are looking. Thought I would just kind of go through and check them. They're definitely heavy though. Like this is just a nice food frame. There's a lot of pollen on there, fresh nectar. So it looks great. Looks like they're drawing this out too. I like how they have almost a whole foundation frame, but they decide to build it on top. It's usually how it goes. I've heard some people talk about some of their have a yard that's just right down the road, and they don't get as good a take as they do in their home yard. So it's just weird. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to find the right place and just stick to that. So this is just full of eggs. I knew my dad was probably wrong. He probably couldn't see the eggs or something. Yeah, so that's full. I'm going to go ahead and keep looking for her just so I can say that these girls have a queen and she's marked and ready to go. So I didn't bring any boxes with me, but these will definitely need to be put into a 10 frame pretty soon here. And it's actually possible for them to make honey for us this year. We had one that, I think it was last year. So I don't know if this might actually be, I don't know the dates right now, but this might actually be her brood. And that's just a nice solid frame of brood. We've been working on our queens the last few years, just getting what we're wanting, you know, swarm tendencies and laying patterns. We've been working on it a lot the last few years, and I think we finally got what we're wanting. So now we have the hives we want to graft from, and we're able to get consistent patterns like this, if that makes sense. So this looks great. I mean, this is just full of eggs and larvae. So she's been laying for a while. Not exactly sure how he missed that. It's alright. I'll make sure to tell him that he missed it. I'm going to check this last one just to see. I might have missed her. It's alright if I did. When we move them into a 10 frame, I'll have to go through the frames again, so maybe I'll find her then. I mean, on the last one, she was on that frame the whole time, and I didn't even see her. A lot of these queens lately have been really dark, so it's kind of harder to find them. I would think she's on this frame, but she probably is. I'm just not seeing her. Alright, well, I'm not seeing her, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this back. Somebody in the comment section is going to be like, she was on that frame. She probably was. It's getting pretty long out here too. We've got super tall, so we need to come over here with the weed eater or something. All right, well, I think that's probably it for today. We have a few that we're going to go through. That's all it is, just checking. Honestly, that's what we're doing this time of the year. Checking nukes. It seems like we're doing a lot of nukes this year, but it's been pretty nice. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and check these, and then I'm going to have to open some supers because I can't not. We haven't been here in like a week, so I have no idea what's going on. I want to make sure these are clipped because I don't want them to get robbed out. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to do that, and I think that's pretty much it for today's video. So thanks for watching. Follow along for more bee adventures, and be here next time on Beekeeping with Natalie.